Turn now to one community in Ohio, which is now the center of a growing national debate about civil rights, hate speech, and the Second Amendment.
These aren't police officers or soldiers.
They're business owners, their fathers, their sons, daughters.
These are civilians, members of the Lincoln Heights Safety and Watch program.
It's a duty. Okay, let's go.
The duty, protecting their neighborhood, the majority black village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio.
What happens when black communities in the United States feel physically threatened? Like seeing people covering their faces, holding flags with swastikas, openly waving rifles, and calling out racial slurs. That's when things get serious.
As you enter Lincoln Heights off Vision Way, where that rally took place, we saw two men armed with shotguns, and these people are now guarding the community, dubbed the Lincoln Heights Protectors by religious leaders and neighbors.
Even though black people have been facing racism and discrimination, seeing armed people roaming and openly threatening crosses all lines.
Now, this video from Sunday shows them out in force with several people armed as an Evendale officer drove past the crowd.
This happened in Lincoln Heights, Ohio. However, the black community's response there shocked everyone. They did complain to police and asked for their protection, but police did not take that seriously. And that's when this black community decided to create an armed force wearing soldier black uniforms with their faces covered. They are civilians and their job is to protect their black community. And the story does not end here. This patrolling group has now shown what the black communities in the United States can do. So what really happened? How an armed patrolling force was created? And what does that mean in the broader sense? In this video, let's know about the whole story because that's something that never happened before.
The Black History Archives.
On February 7, 2025, a grotesque display of hatred unfolded in Lincoln Heights, Ohio, a small historic town founded by black Americans fleeing racial persecution in the Jim Crow South. That day, a group of neo-Nazis, dressed in black, faces covered, armed with rifles, and waving flags emblazoned with swastikas, staged a rally on a highway overpass at the edge of this majority black community. The spectacle happened just as school children were being released for the day. To many residents, it felt like a calculated act to scare the black community. The demonstrators didn't come to discuss politics or protest policy. They came to intimidate, to show black families, especially the youngest among them, that they weren't safe even in their own neighborhoods. The hate was naked, the message deliberate. You are not welcome. But perhaps most disturbing of all was not the neo-Nazis themselves. It was the police response, or rather, the lack of it.
Lincoln Heights is our home. If somebody broke into your home, you call the police, and the police says, you know, if they do it again, we haven't broken any law, so we're just gonna allow them to break into your home again. What would you do?
The Evendale Police Department and the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office were both present that day. Yet no arrests were made, no names recorded, and the demonstrators were allowed to leave on their own terms. Officers justified this by citing free speech and Ohio's permissive open carry laws. They said no laws were broken. In fact, the Evendale mayor and sheriff even praised the response for its de-escalation. But what does it say when the police choose to protect armed neo-Nazis rather than the community they came to terrorize? And what does it mean when a hate group can show up with rifles, spew slurs, and intimidate children without a single consequence?
This town was founded during the Great Migration back in the 20s as a refuge for black citizens, which is why it was especially painful when neo-Nazis suddenly appeared in this 3,000-person majority black town. But they decided to fight